If you're watching this video, I think we have a very serious situation regarding Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi has become a threat to the nation. Please don't believe that anything he's saying is accidental, or that he's ignorant, or that he's not aware. He holds the position willy-nilly of leader of opposition. Now that's a very important position to hold for a person who believes that India should not exist. It is most unfortunate that we have a situation where we have a leader who's leader of the opposition who says that he's fighting the country itself. Mark the words. Look at the language that he uses. He says, I do not believe that India is a nation. He says India is just a union of states. He's always making the point with deliberate emphasis that India is not a nation, and therefore he does not believe in nationalism at all because he doesn't believe in the idea of an Indian nation. How can you have a person, a politician holding high office who believes that India is not a nation? Please note the words he has used today. He says, I am not fighting a political party. This is not a political battle. I am fighting a battle against the Indian state. Now, Rahul Gandhi, let me tell you what the Indian state is. Either you're ignorant or you need someone like me to educate you. According to Article 12 of the Indian Constitution, if you only read Article 12, if you only read the Indian Constitution, Rahul Gandhi, don't go around taking that copy of a constitution, if really that is a true one, and start waving it around as a prop. You know nothing about the constitution. Article 12 of the constitution clearly says, it defines the state and the Indian state as follows. 1. The legislative and executive organs of the union government. Now, by saying I am going to fight the Indian state, Rahul Gandhi wants to wage a war against the elected government of the country. Rahul Gandhi wants to wage a war, therefore, against the Lok Sabha. Rahul Gandhi, therefore, wants to wage a war against the Rajya Sabha, the legislative and executive organs of the government. Rahul Gandhi wants to wage a war against state legislatures, against legislative assemblies, against the Legislative Council of State, against all local authorities, against all duly elected municipalities, panchayats and district boards, against all statutory and non-statutory authorities, against the National Human Rights Commission, the Law Commission, the Armed Forces Tribunal, and not just the CBI, the Central Vigilance Commissions, but also the Lokayukts and Lokpals. Rahul Gandhi, listen to me. I am challenging you tonight to have a debate with me on your position, which I truly believe is not just unacceptable, but intellectually perverted. Rahul Gandhi, you say you want to wage a war against the Indian state, against my nation, against my flag, against my country's national anthem, against every symbol that unites the country. And therefore, by saying so, you've also said officially now that you want to wage a war against the Indian armed forces. Ladies and gentlemen, please consider the words of Rahul Gandhi carefully. He has revealed his mind. The world's second largest military force, the world's largest volunteer army, is also the Indian state. Rahul Gandhi, who has made many anti-army positions in the past, who has tried to incite people, who has tried to divide the Indian army on lines of caste and religion, who has made provocative and factually incorrect comments, now takes the next step, takes a completely Maoist line and says, I want to wage a war against the Indian state. If you had a doubt in your mind that there was a Maoist lurking within Rahul Gandhi somewhere, shed the doubt. Rahul Gandhi has said it clearly and openly that he has a Maoist position. And I ask you today, will you ever vote for an individual who has a Maoist line of thinking in the world's largest democracy? Rahul Gandhi, you want to wage a war against the Indian state and therefore the Indian executive, therefore against the Honorable President of India, Draupadi Murmu. You want to wage a war against all the honorable governors, lieutenant governors in all the union territories as well. You want to wage a war against the Honorable Chief Justice of India, 32 sitting Supreme Court judges, 25 high courts, over 1100 sitting high court judges against the lower judiciary. Now, viewers, please observe the chronology of what Rahul Gandhi has been saying. Observe his actions, don't disregard it. Consider what he's been doing, what his intent is, and how he ends up revealing it. All this while, he has tried to stealthily cover what he has been up to. He has never told you, never ever told you what is in that document that he signed along with the Chinese officials under the watchful gaze of his mother Sonia Gandhi and Xi Jinping himself. The visuals are there. I know you have a doubt about what he did, but you have probably said Arnab is exaggerating the content of that document. Ask yourself whether the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation took money from Chinese authorities. Ask yourself today that a man who now says in 2025 that I will wage a war against the Indian state and the nation itself, which I do not recognize as a nation, that person has signed an agreement with an enemy country. Now ask why that same individual on 10th of September 2024 went and met Donald Lu, the well-known architect of regime change operations backed by the CIA in Pakistan and Bangladesh. Ask yourself today, consider the chronology, why Rahul Gandhi met Ilhan Omar, an openly anti-Indian voice. Ask yourself what is in that MOU that Rahul Gandhi knowingly signed with the Communist Party of China. Did he meet Chinese officials at the peak of the Doklam crisis, when our armed forces, who now Rahul Gandhi in his stated position as against the Indian state wants to fight, when our armed forces were in eyeball conflict, when we were backing them in 2017, Rahul Gandhi was lunching with them at the same time on those same very days and weeks. Did Rahul Gandhi also have a secret meeting with Chinese ministers during his trip to Kailash Mansarovar in September 2018? And did the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation get crores in donations from the Chinese embassy? Now, ladies and gentlemen, none of this is speculation. I have no personal angle in this. But this country demands an explanation. This issue is not going to be covered up. There needs to be a national debate on this. I have always felt that we have to be very concerned as we grow from a 3 to 6 to $10 trillion economy. We have to be concerned about those who are working against national interest. Ladies and gentlemen, I have dedicated my life to just one principle, and that is of nation first. And therefore, I am not upset. I am furious that we have a situation where a political leader declares war on his own nation. But remember this, Rahul Gandhi does not believe in the nation. And therefore, it's time for you to choose. Which side are you on? Are you with the nation? Or are you with Rahul Gandhi and others like him who are clearly, without a shred of doubt, against the nation? It's time to choose.